Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to solve worksheet of lecture 5. So I'm going to start by the first exercise. A study was conducted in a representative sample of 50 families on the number of children in each family. So the results are, as you can see, define the population, the character, and its type. The population, of course, it's the 50 families. The characters are the children, the number of children, and it's quantitative. Now we need to represent the given data in a frequency table. And also I'm going to directly solve part C, which is the increasing cumulative frequency, the decreasing cumulative frequency, and the relative frequency with the percentage. So as you can see, this is the table where we have the frequency, which is the families, the number of children in every family. So as you can see, for example, the number of children that the families that have 3 children are 3 families. 5 families they have 4 children, 7 families they have 5 children, and so on. The increasing cumulative frequency, as you know, you have to put the first number and then you add it. 3 plus 5, you get 8. Now 8 plus 7 equals 15. 15 plus 11 equals 26, and so on until you reach the last number, which should be equal to the total. Now the decreasing cumulative frequency, you do the opposite. You start from the total, which is 50, and you start subtraction. 50 minus 3 is 47. 47 minus 8 is 42, and so on. 47 minus minus 5, it should be 42. 42 minus 7 is 35. You need to subtract it from the frequency, which is the number of families. Now, the relative frequency, as I told you, you have to put the frequency over the total. So 3 over 50 is 0.06, and you do the same for the rest. Their sum should be equal to 1. If you want the percentage, then you just multiply this value times 100 and you get the percentages. And if you add the whole percentages, you are going to get 100. Now we have this table. What's the percentage of the families having at least 5 children? So at least 5 children. So they have more than 5. So 5 and more. So you need to add all these values. So you are going to get 14 plus 22 plus 14 plus 12. So it's 84% of families, they have at least 5 children. In this question, you need to draw the frequency bar diagram. As you can see, this is the bar diagram. As I told you in the Zoom, the number of children should be on the x-axis and the frequency should be on the y-axis. Now, if you want to draw the pie chart, then you need to have the degree of every family or every frequency. So what you do is the degree over 360 equals the frequency over the total. Of course, there is another way to find the degree. If you have the percentage, you just multiply the percentage by 3.6 to get the degree. So this is a trick. You can do it, of course. Now in question number 2, you have the following table. It's the scores on a language test. So how many students? They got 3. So one student got 3 as a score, and so on. You need to complete what you miss is this number. This number, you can add all of these frequencies and then you subtract them from 32, so it's 10. Now, in order to find the percentage, you put the frequency over the total times 100. So the percentages, as you can see, how do you know that your answer is correct? You add all the percentages, you should get 100. Now, if the passing score is 6, how many students passed the exam? So you need to add all of these. 2 plus 10 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4, it's 26 students. What's the percentage of students who got a score below 7? Below 7, what's the percentages? So you need to add this value, this value, this value, and this value. So you will get 25.0025%. Now, what's the percentage of students who got scored above 8? So you need to add this percentage and this percentage, so you will get 31.25%. And here we go to the question number 3. We have the salaries distribution in dollars of employees in a company. What's the population and the variable? So the population are the employees in a company, and the variable is the salaries in dollars. So converting this graph into a table, as I told you before, the x-axis is the variable, we put it up, and the number of employees, it's the y-axis. So you just pick them from the graph. For example, 200 is 40, and so on. How do you know that your answer is correct? You need to add all the number of employees, you should get 400. Or if you don't know the total number of employees, that's it, it's the total. So in part C, they ask you what's the number of employees, so you add all of the frequencies, you get 460 employee. Make a percentage table, so you put the frequency over the total times 100, so you got 9, 13, the same concept for the rest. How do you know that your answer is correct? You need to add all these percentages, it should be 100. And the last question, what's the percentage of the employees whose salaries are between $400 and $700? Well, $400 and $700, sorry, let me do it again. So between $400 and $700, you need to add 26, 17, 13, and 9. So it's 65% of the employees, their salaries are between $400 and $700.